Welcome to Empowering Women, Transforming Lives with Rebecca Hall-Gruyter. In our program each week, we provide the tools, ideas, and encouragement to help you move ahead on your journey, becoming a more powerful and impactful woman in your own life. Now here's your host, Rebecca Hall-Gruyter.
Welcome, everyone. I hope that you're having an amazing week. I'm honored to be connecting in with you. And I feel like today's subject matter is so important and timely for what we're facing right now as a nation, what we're facing globally. And it's really, really important that we stop and pause and we purposely, mindfully choose what we're bringing forward. And what we want to support you in doing today is bringing forth your inner star, bringing forth your gifts, your talents, your abilities. It's so important right now, especially that we shine, that we echo out purposely and mindfully those things that matter most to us, that we take a stand for those. And we choose, we stop and pause. We don't just react, we choose how we're going to show up, how we're going to share our gifts and talents and our energy and how we're connecting with others. Let's be purposeful with it. Let's be mindful. Let's choose to shine. Let's choose to bring forward those things that matter most. That's what we have an opportunity to do every moment of the day. And today, we're hoping to pour into you, to support you, so that you feel even more empowered to shine even brighter, bringing forward those things that lift up others, that shine and support you and those around you, and are creating this. I almost see it as we shine, we are pushing away the darkness. We are lifting our light up, and light is contagious in a great way. So we're creating that light, and then heart by heart, shine by shine, life by life, we can light up this world in a beautiful, powerful, and positive way. So I'm very honored to have you joining us today to spend some time with us so that we can pour into you and to support you so that you can live on purpose and with purpose, shining your gifts, your talents, your abilities in the world. They are so needed right now, especially for a time such as this. So be willing to be seen, be willing to bring your gifts forward. And I want to take a moment to help us connect in so that we are connected heart, mind, body, soul, and spirit. Even with social distancing and all the different things that we are facing, we can still connect in powerfully. So let's take a moment and breathe. Let's connect through breath. Wonderful. Great. And then slowing down for a moment. Keep breathing in through your nose. See how big you can make your belly. Out through your mouth. Like through a straw. That kind of breathing, this kind of breathing helps bring you present. It lowers your stress levels, your cortisol levels. Helps bring oxygen to every cell of your body, which helps you bring in what serves and remove what doesn't. It helps you have clearer thinking, so you're open and ready to receive, and you can actually hear better and receive better because you have clarity, you have space. You're taking time for you. Beautiful. And as we're connecting in, let's put one hand on our heart, one hand on our head, bringing us in, all mind, body, soul, and spirit. Close your eyes. You're absolutely safe. Keep breathing throughout the show. Don't forget. Great. And as we take a moment to stop and pause and listen, what is it that you need? What is it that will encourage you, uplift you, support you, really meet a need you have real time? What is it you need today? That you are willing to receive because you have choice. So what is it that you need and are willing to receive? Beautiful. Receive that information. Great. And then let's take a breath together. Open our eyes. Come back into the room. Wonderful. And take a moment and write down what was laid on your heart. We can get pulled a million directions, a chime, a light flashing. We can get pulled this way and that way, depending on the notifications you have set up. When we can remember and keep things top of mind, it helps us avoid distraction. It helps us keep on purpose. It helps us remember what it is that we need. So I want to encourage you, write it down. Let's keep it top of mind. Let's start to create it. Bring it into reality, the very thing that you need. So occasionally you can take a glance at this paper, put it on a sticky note, put it in front of you today so that you are looking for exactly what you need. You're on the lookout. And here's what's really exciting about this. I hope you notice we didn't have you identify how. We're just identifying what it is that you need and are willing to receive. And you're on the lookout, open, ready to receive it. Because here's what's exciting about this. You get to receive. You don't have to figure it out. You can be open to receiving your need being met in a wonderful and unexpected way you never imagined that it's going to be moving forward. And when we're willing to be open, unattached to how, it's amazing how things can align in ways we never would have saw or even thought to arrange. So be open to receive, let it unfold, but keep it top of mind so you don't miss the answer that may be in front of you, because sometimes we can, because we'll get distracted. Beautiful. So keep it top of mind as we go through our time together today. I'm going to go around our virtual room here and have each of our amazing guests take a moment and just share 10, 15 seconds when they stopped for a moment and listened what was laid on their heart. So Susan, I would love to start with you. What was laid on your heart?
I'm grateful for the people I have in my personal life and the people who surround me in my business life, because you are a reflection of the people that surround you. And I think that people make me better every day and they teach me, and I'm grateful for that.
Beautiful. I appreciate you sharing that. And I think there's great wisdom in that. Let's take a look at who's around us too and be open to learning and growing. And I just celebrate that you have amazing people around you and your gratefulness for that. Beautiful. Thank you for sharing. And how about you, Janine? What was laid on you? Absolutely. Janine, what was laid on your heart?
For me, the words that popped were love and clarity. And it really resonates because I am seeking clarity in everything that's moving, all the moving parts. And so it's a big word right now.
I love that. I think that's so important too, that clarity, because it's hard to take a step when we don't know even the direction or what that next best step is. So beautiful. We lift you up in finding that clarity and that direction and just sending love your way and receiving love. I always feel like there's a flow as we
Absolutely.
acknowledge and lift that up together. So thank you for sharing.
Thank you.
And listeners, how about you? What was laid on your heart when we took a time to stop and pause and listen and really receive? Perhaps what we shared has added another aspect to what is on your heart. But let's take a moment as we go to our first commercial break. These 2 minutes, it's an opportunity for you to really be still, to listen and receive what is being laid on your heart and spirit. Resist that urge to cross something off the to-do list and change the energy and run out and do. Stay present. Really use this time for you. It's your time. We'll look forward to continuing our conversation in just 2 minutes.
Be sure to friend us on Facebook. You can do it right now. Visit facebook.com/Voice America or search for us at keyword Voice America.
A Announcing a powerful new TV channel featuring programs designed to enhance and transform your life. Make powerful connections, one program at a time. And by doing so, we can bring transformation to the world. Tune in each week to Empowered Connections TV as we add new programs to help you make empowered connections of your own. Visit empoweredconnectionstv.com. That's empoweredconnectionstv.com. And make the most of an incredible life transformation.
Get Unchained. Tune in every Monday for Jane Unchained on the Voice America Influencers channel, featuring nationally recognized best-selling author, TV journalist, and social media influencer Jane Velez Mitchell. This program takes you inside a trending lifestyle that's the next wave of human evolution. It all starts on your plate. If you want to revolutionize your life, get happier, more energized, then discover the secret. Tune in to Jane Unchained Mondays at 10 a.m. Pacific Time and 1 p.m. Eastern Time on the Voice America Influencers channel. Rebecca Hall Greider's Speaker Talent Search is looking for speakers wanting to get on more stages. With just one audition, you could open the doors to hundreds of speaking opportunities, reach more people, and expand your impact. Finalists get to audition live in front of leaders looking to fill all kinds of speaking opportunities. Apply now at SpeakerTalentSearch.com. That's SpeakerTalentSearch.com. We look forward to hearing your message.
Have you had a chance to check out Voice America's online magazine and blog? If you love our hosts and shows, check out articles that give an even deeper perspective, plus topics about health and fitness, movie reviews, philosophy, business tips and tactics, spirituality, positive thought, current events, and even more about your favorite host. It's just a click away at blog.voiceamerica.com. That's blog.voiceamerica.com. The Voice America Press Blog. All access, all the time. We don't follow, we lead. Join us, the Voice America Influencers Channel.
You're listening to Empowering Women, Transforming Lives with your host, Rebecca Hall Greider. If you have a question or comment for Rebecca or her guest, we'd love to hear from you. Please call into the program at 1-866-472-5795. That's 1-866-472-5795. You may also send an email to Rebecca at yourpurposedrivenpractice.com. Now back to Empowering Women, Transforming Lives.
Welcome back, everyone. I hope you enjoyed those 2 minutes. An opportunity to be still and listen. Pause and breathe. It's amazing what a difference a minute, 2 minutes can make when we're purposeful and we're mindful. It can shift all the energy of the day and help you move forward powerfully. It also gives you an opportunity to catch up with yourself and hear what other parts of you are trying to communicate and we sometimes can't hear in the busyness of life. It also gives you an opportunity to integrate what's being shared into your heart, into your spirit. You'll find throughout our show today, we're going to give you multiple opportunities to really pause, to integrate, to fully receive everything that is here for you today that we are sharing, or perhaps as we're sharing something that sparks within you, giving you opportunities to process and integrate. Well, welcome. We are talking about how to really step forward and shine in life, how to do that mindfully and purposely, especially during challenging times. It's especially important that we do that we step out of reactive mode and step into purposeful stepping forward and moving forward with a mindfulness instead of a reaction. And it's amazing what a difference that can make for yourself and for all of those around you. So our first amazing expert, you got to meet both of them on a heart level. I wanted to take an opportunity to more formally introduce them so you know a little bit of their background for our conversation that we're going to have. And our first amazing expert is just an amazing, dynamic woman. I know you're going to enjoy getting to know her. She's a human behavior hacker. I love it. She understands human behavior and can explain it and can work in amazing ways with people. So she has 28 years experience reading body language, micro expressions, linguistics, face reading, using all of these skills to help communication around negotiations, sales, and everyday life. She's trained all ranges of people in all different kinds of industries, from journalists to producers, politicians, law enforcement, realtors, lawyers, people in the medical fields, experts, and these are just a few. She is absolutely passionate about helping you learn how to read people so you can connect more deeply. Please lean in and warmly welcome the powerful Susan Ipps to the show. Welcome!
You have done all the job. You make me look amazing. I'm afraid to open my mouth.
You are amazing. No, I'm excited to have you joining us. Please add to what we shared. Your background is incredible. I know I just touched on a few things, but you have done so much amazing work to help people move forward in powerful ways, and really the science and art of understanding and reading human behavior. And it can make such a difference for people. So I'm thrilled to have you joining us. Thank you.
I think the worst problem the society have today is miscommunication. I'm in a generation, I found out that I'm Gen X, that is not used to talk Tinder, Starbucks, or Twitter. So I always found my classes in my communication with others, and text can be misunderstood because everybody have their own dictionary. So my work is to help people to better communicate. Doesn't matter the language, doesn't matter the career, doesn't matter the age. I think the information is data, and data is power, the power to become humans again. And I think if we can learn that from a behavior standpoint, will be amazing. You know how simple will be understand that the other person is not to try to drive you crazy. Their preference and the way their brain work is different.
Yes. And I appreciate that. And it leads to so many miscommunications, because sometimes we really do think these people are plotting at night to drive us crazy. They must be. And some of it is they're just wired differently. Their brain works differently, and being able to understand some of that will absolutely help some of those miscommunications, and maybe even release sometimes that frustration. I know there have been times in my life where I was just sure this person went home at night and made lists of things to push my buttons. And in reality, we were just wired completely differently. And it took a while for us to learn how to communicate more powerfully and effectively. So your work is so important. I appreciate what you do. And I know one of the areas you feel very strongly about is that it's important that we learn to read people that are with masks. Do you mind sharing what you mean by masks, and why is this important?
First of all, and I used to say, we don't see things as they are. We see things as we are. So we try to read others based on our own dictionary. Not all the dictionaries are the same. We live in a society who is covering half of the face, and people is freaking out because, like, oh my God, how am I going to read your expressions if I cannot see your mouth and your nose? And actually, the most important part in how we receive and process information are not covered by a mask. The ears are our antennas. It's the way that we receive information, visually or auditory. Our eyebrows are how we process information. If you learn how to read these two, they're never covered by a mask. You don't have any problem communicating, even better, because you see behind the mask the race, the skin, the color, the gender. You just see those features who indicating you how the brain is wired and simplify your communication.
Wow. No, it's so interesting. I was thinking about communication, because when you were saying masks, I wasn't thinking literally. I was thinking sometimes we try to hide behind masks and information. So I appreciate you clarifying that. I was just like, oh, there's a communication thing right there. Brilliant.
Anyway, we have both. People put fake mask, and now we have a physical mask covering our face.
Well, exactly. And you're absolutely right. We need to have ways that we're able to understand and read each other, that we're looking at other areas of the face so that we're receiving that communication and understanding. Because when we're used to half of what we're used to looking at is covered, it can be off putting, or it can create a distance, or it can have us feel like we can't understand each other. So I love that you're giving us those tips about the eyebrows and the ears. Anything you'd like to add to that?
Yes, most people, it's another thing they're afraid is, I will not going to be able to read your expressions. I would say that from the 7 universal micro expressions, if you're well trained, you can detect it on the eyebrows. If you, for example, smile, you're going to see the crossfit. If you're afraid, here you're going to see it on the eyes and the eyebrows. The only micro expression that can be a little more complicated if you're not well trained and well taught is contempt. They only happen in half of their face. But actually, when people do contempt, that is like feel superior or bored, the side of the face where this is going to be happening, the eyelid, the lower eyelid is going to be flattened, because when it squint your eyes, and does remind you when you didn't trust something, or you was like, what is going on? That's what happened when you feel contempt. I don't trust you. I think you're lying to me, or I bore you, squint your eyes. So you can read. You know what I do for Halloween? What is my disgust? I paint my eyebrows the same color of my face, and I'm walking on the street, and people freak out like, I cannot read you if I don't see your eyebrows. So instead to concentrate only on the mouth, if we learn where we need to be paying attention, it's going to be more important. Imagine to living in a society who doesn't have any eyebrows. Tell me how you will feel, Rebecca.
You're right. You're right. I mean, it would really throw you, because I look at eyes, and I know a big part of that is the eyebrows and how they move around. It does express a lot.
Yeah, it does.
Mm-hmm. No, thank you for sharing. And I think hopefully this is an encouragement to everybody as we're looking to expand our communication, navigate as we're wearing masks in work and in our daily lives in ways we haven't been before. So really learning how to communicate and read each other in even more powerful ways, even with a mask. So I think this is really, really important. I appreciate it. And I'd love for you to share, I think this is so interesting. So what can we learn from an interrogator about sales?
Oh, you just talked my happy place. When I train sales reps, what I do is the first day I put them the first 2 hours watching videos of police and FBI making people confess they commit a crime in 30 minutes. So most people say, I think I'm in the wrong class. Like, nope. If that person can make other person by talking, using pause and the right words to confess in 30 minutes they killed someone and they're going to spend their life in jail, why taking you 90 days to make contact with your clients? You're losing money. You're losing chance to know your clients. And the good sales rep is the one who sells you what you need, even though when you don't know that you need it. And a month later, I call you. You're still happy with the product that I sell you. It's about your needs, not what I want to sell. Because more salespeople are talking most of the time, and it's a reason we have 2 ears and 1 mouth. A good sales rep only talk 20% of the time and let the customer give you information. We don't listen to understand. People listen to reply. This is one of the biggest mistakes in sales. You need to listen because people talk, but you need to know how to read between lines. You need to ask the right questions. People don't lie to you, hide things from you. You don't do the right questions.
Yes. And I love this because I think if we can learn how to really listen to each other, get to the heart of an issue by reading between the lines and move forward, all of us are served, whether it's in sales or anything else that we're looking to move forward, that listening, that paying attention to time, really working together to get to the truth, get to the heart of the matter, and clients will be served on a higher level. Things will move forward faster, including leading teams, things we're wanting to bring forward. I think we sometimes are approaching that with the wrong dictionary, like you were talking about earlier, or we're wanting to figure out our next reply instead of just really listening, discovering the truth together, reading between the lines, using the skills to pay attention to what the eyebrows, the ears, the eyes, what those are saying about each other will help us communicate more strongly and powerfully. I so appreciate sharing with us today. Thank you. I wanted to give you a moment if there were any tools or resources you wanted to share with us, or did you want to share that towards the end of the show? What's better for you?
We can do it at the end of the show so we give the proper time to the other guests.
Okay. So we will come back to that. So more to come, listeners, which is exciting. And I want us to transition to our next commercial break. And as we do that, I want you to take a breath. Beautiful. And take a moment and go look in the mirror and make some expressions. See how the eyebrows move. See what happens with the ears. Just pay attention to that. I'd love for you to see what insights or discoveries you have. Just don't go too far, because we're going to be continuing our conversation in just 2 minutes.
Think you've seen everything there is to see in online television? Let us surprise you. Visit voiceamerica.tv today for sports, health, business, and more on demand 24/7.
Rebecca Hall Greider's Speaker Talent Search is looking for speakers wanting to get on more stages. With just one audition, you could open the doors to hundreds of speaking opportunities, reach more people, and expand your impact. Finalists get to audition live in front of leaders looking to fill all kinds of speaking opportunities. Apply now at SpeakerTalentSearch.com. That's SpeakerTalentSearch.com. We look forward to hearing your message.
Sustainable success is just around the corner. If you are an entrepreneur, business leader, or anybody looking for their next level of success, tune into Sustainable Success with host Chris Salem. Did you know that the path to success is a long path that started many years ago? The path you started on then determines what is happening now. Chris and his amazing guests in their field will help you navigate the path to sustainable success every Thursday at 12 noon Eastern Time and 9 a.m. Pacific on the Voice America Influencers Channel.
Announcing a powerful new TV channel featuring programs designed to enhance and transform your life. Make powerful connections, one program at a time. And by doing so, we can bring transformation to the world. Tune in each week to Empowered Connections TV as we add new programs to help you make empowered connections of your own. Visit EmpoweredConnectionsTV.com. That's EmpoweredConnectionsTV.com. And make the most of an incredible life transformation.
Tune in to the Voice America Variety channel on the Voice America Talk Radio Network. Voice America Variety broadcasts a diverse array of topics, reaching a global community. Our experts come from all walks of life, and the topics they discuss are everything from current events, arts and entertainment, leadership, parenting, relationships, self-improvement, career advice, and a variety of other topics. Check us out today. You're sure to find something of interest. Voice America Variety. Talk on today's hot topics.
Change starts here. Change starts now. Join us, the Voice America Influencers Channel.
You're listening to Empowering Women, Transforming Lives with your host, Rebecca Hall Greider. If you have a question or comment for Rebecca or her guest, we'd love to hear from you. Please call into the program at 1-866-472-5795. That's 1-866-472-5795. You may also send an email to Rebecca at yourpurposedrivenpractice.com. Now back to Empowering Women, Transforming Lives.
Welcome back, everyone. I hope you enjoyed those 2 minutes, that you discovered some interesting things as you were looking in the mirror about eyebrows and your ears, and even how the forehead, just everything moves around. And just to pay attention to that a little bit more. I hope that you had fun kind of looking in the mirror. We were talking about that behind the scenes a little bit. Janine was actually looking in the mirror too, and seeing as we were talking. So excited to be continuing our conversation. I'm going to introduce our next guest, speaking of Janine, and I'm excited to introduce her to you. She has such a gift around energy, and something I have been noticing that we are all facing right now is just extreme energies, ups and downs and lows and surprises, and there's a lot to process, there's a lot to hold, and there's a lot for us to be careful and mindful about how we're spending our energy and what energy are we expressing out. Is it positive? Is it negative? Is it dragging people down? Is it lifting people up? Is it helping us move to an even higher, better place? What kind of energy, fear, excitement, where are we with our own energy? And then what are we choosing to echo out? It's really important that we pay attention to that. So I'm very excited to have Janine joining us as an expert in energy to help us with this. So let me share a little bit about Janine. She is an energy worker, speaker, author, Akashic connector, and there's more. She is here gifted to illuminate, helping you discover what no longer serves so you can release that and really tap into your vibrant self, tools, and support to help you fully embrace all of who you are, and therefore bring forward and shine all of who you are. She is passionate about you being empowered, taking control of that monkey mind, and connecting to your inner power for a better quality of life so that you're able to make those decisions, trust them, that are guided by wisdom and direction that align with who you truly are and what you're truly wanting to bring forward. Please lean in and warmly welcome the powerful Janine Orion to the show. Welcome.
Ooh, thank you.
That's high energy.
Yeah, we love high energy. It's the way to be most of the time. If we can, just jump into that high energy.
Exactly. I love it. Well, welcome. I'm thrilled to have you joining us. And I'd like for you to take a moment and share, why is this work in helping people in this way, why is that personally so important to you?
It's super important to me because there was a moment in time, probably 4 or 5 years ago, where I was settling, and I knew there was something more. I knew there was more joy in life. I knew there was more to what I was living. But I also realized that it had been around 8 years that I was trying to muddle through and move through and swish through. And I thought, you know what? It doesn't have to take this long. It doesn't have to be this way. And so for me, the why was, all right, let me work and be with women and help them to move through those barriers and stop settling now, ASAP.
Nice.
Because there's so much more to be and do.
I love that. And as you're sharing that now, I hear and feel that, and that urgency. Like it's time. We need to stop being stuck and swishing around, but really moving forward. It's time, and we can do that. We have the ability to. It's not a solo journey. There are amazing people out there, amazing shows, amazing resources to pour into you. And Janine is one of those amazing experts that can support you on that journey. So I'd love for you to share. I use the word sharing and shining quite a bit. I'd love for you to share what does it mean for you to shine? What does that mean to you?
For me, to shine means to stand in my power. And that's a phrase that I'm owning in the last few years. I went through a separation and divorce. And since then, it's been me. It's been me piecing it together and coming back. And so to shine means to follow my nudges. It means to follow my intuition, to lead from a heart space. instead of being stuck in that headspace, which is the monkey mind and the crazy stories. And like you were saying in the beginning, that people are making lists and all this kind of stuff, right?
To drive me crazy. Yeah, that's not
absolutely.
true. Yeah.
And sleepless nights and whatnot. And so there's so many of us out there who are light workers. Some of us know it and some of it have no idea, or there's a nudge, or there's something, or like, oh my God, I'm feeling something, I'm creating something. Dive into that nudge. I'm inviting you to choose to get lit up, to choose to create more, to choose to take that baby step or that giant step and feel into your body, because our body has all the knowledge. And so we're being bombarded by external so much. But when you can take the time to go in, listen to the body, follow the nudge, and find your intuition, you are starting to shine a light on you to then be able to shine a light out there.
Beautiful. Thank you for defining what it means to shine and stand in our power and the importance of it. I really appreciate that. And why do you believe it's especially important during these challenging times that we are doing this, that we are paying attention? Why now especially?
Because we're bombarded. We're bombarded by what we feel, the right, the wrong, the good, the evil, what we feel is happening, but what might be really happening, the behind the scenes, the in front of the scenes, there's so much. So how do we decipher all that? And, I had the word clarity come up. There is so much. But if we've been in the world of connecting to ourselves, if we've been practicing the inner work muscle, if we've been, when there's no chaos and we're still kind of tuning in and, is my body saying yes? Is my body saying no? We need to keep practicing those muscles when we don't, quote unquote, need them, so that when we're facing times like these, and for some it's insane, intense, it's brutal, it's exhaustion, it's tiredness, what have we learned? What little tool, tip, structure, strategy have we learned that we've been practicing, that now's the time to turn on 100% and fire it out? Yeah.
Beautiful. And I love that reminder that even when it's not a time that we maybe need to shine as brightly or as powerfully, that we're remembering to build those muscles all along the way so that we are ready when those times come, when those moments come, when our light is needed, especially. That's a really powerful reminder to kind of be ready in all seasons. Mm-hmm. Let's build our lives and a practice to do that, because we never know when we're going to be tapped on the shoulder and it's our time. This is our moment to shine. And I want all of us ready to share our gifts, to be proactively doing that. So when those moments come, not if, we're ready and we're willing. Yes,
absolutely. And now is the chaotic time. And so practice, put into practice.
Exactly. So putting into practice, especially during a challenging time, which maybe with all the shifting, there are some questions we're exploring or we're asking or we're paying attention to those nudges on a new level, it can feel a little bit overwhelming. So how do we start? If we don't have those muscles built yet, or we're not quite sure, how do we connect with ourselves more deeply and start tapping in so we can be that light more and more?
The breath. You did it beautifully. The breath. If you have no idea, start with the breath. Deep breath in, hold for 4, exhale out. Connection with a friend, a connection with someone who, and it could be me, it could be someone else in your area, someone you trust, where they're just going to start inviting you to look at what's happening within. What does it mean to look within? It means to become real with yourself. Is there an ailment that you've had for a long time? Is there a headache that keeps coming? Start noticing what's happening in your body. Become aware. Awareness is key. And when you have the awareness, then you can take the next step. Our body is not in illness or in dis-ease because it's happy, because things are good. Something is talking to you. So if you're starting, you're realizing that, okay, it's time for me to wake up, but what does that really mean? Take a few breaths in and just notice what happens as you do within. And just start writing, start asking, start talking, find a group of people, support people who are in that kind of space already, and they're always welcoming and inviting you to ask questions. And I think that's the biggest part, to step forward.
I love that. And to start with curiosity and exploring and listening, and even, that headache. Okay, head, what are you trying to tell me? What am I not hearing? I know a technique I've heard before. I don't know if this is one that you use, but when you mentioned journaling, it reminded me of it, that sometimes we're used to approaching a problem as we see it in the same way all the time, and they're well-worn pathways in our brain. But a way to disrupt that and get additional information is actually write. So this isn't typing, this isn't electronic. You want to write with your hand. Pick up a utensil and write, and choose the dominant hand that you normally write with and write the question.
Yep.
And then take your non-dominant hand and write the answer. Yep. And it taps into the opposite part of your brain, and it can give you additional information that gives you insight. So I don't know if there's another tip you might give people as they're looking at exploring. I think it's so helpful, especially if this is kind of a new space, to have a real practical thing we can do.
Yeah. Well, so when you're looking at that headache, it is truly, so there's a headache and you're settling in, taking a deep breath, and just with gentle, kind curiosity, with no figuring, no analyzing, and no judging, because that's what we want to do in our brain. And to take those few breaths in and settle in and simply ask, what do you have to show me today? What is here for me? And most times people get a word or an image or a message, but then they say, oh, that's just my imagination. That's just me in my head. But I invite you to stop going to that place and simply letting your quote unquote imagination give you the word and give you the image, and then maybe take your pen and write about it without having the head space come into play. Just let your hand take the pen, the utensil. I like how that you said that. And then just write. Just write. And ask the question inwardly. And don't even start your handwriting until it feels it wants to start writing, until it feels it has a word to put on the paper. And just by doing that small piece, which can become a big piece, a lot can be revealed. But it's really stepping out of the judgment of it, letting whatever craziness wants to be on the paper or wants to show up.
Beautiful. Thank you for sharing. I like that, and creating a safe space. It's just between you and the paper.
Yes.
Let it flow and show up. And I love that, not trying to force it, but allow. And receive, and don't try to overanalyze, just kind of receive the information. Beautiful. I thank you for sharing. I appreciate that. Any other tip or piece of advice you'd like to give our listeners today? And I know you have a beautiful exercise you're going to walk us through, but I wanted to see if there are any final tips that are on your heart as we're connecting in with our listeners.
I think right now in the world we're in, support is so important. Support, my 3 pillars are support, trust, and aligned action. And to find support, however that looks like for you, and to trust your inner self, to trust the universe, whatever that looks like for you, whether it's God or whatever it is, and to trust the people you are surrounding yourself with. And then to take aligned action, and taking aligned action is really moving from the heart space. Does this feel good? If it doesn't feel good, turn a blind eye, move the other way. And if it feels good and everything's a go in the body system, that's a yes, and move forward.
Beautiful. Thank you. I love that, really, and learning to tune into that. When it's heavy and hard and you start getting a headache just thinking about it, that might be a no.
It's finding out what your no is, right? What your body no is and what your body yes is. Yeah.
Exactly. And then trusting it. Trusting yourself in that and that wisdom. Beautiful. Thank you for sharing.
Yeah.
Now, I know you have a powerful inner guidance piece, and I just feel like the timing's perfect. I'd love for you to share. I don't know if you want to explain it a little bit or if you like to dive in. So I'm going to hand the floor over to you to whatever is best. We're in great hands, listeners. So I'm looking forward to being guided and led by Janine.
All right, let's just dive in.
Okay.
Take a deep breath in. Hold for 4, 3, 2, 1, and exhale. As you exhale, remove all tension in the body, releasing everything that is tight. Neck, shoulders, head, eyes, jaw, back, whatever is feeling any tension. Another deep breath in. Exhale. And as you do, simply bring your awareness with gentle, kind, compassion awareness into your throat and your pelvis area. And see what pops. Notice what pops. Is there a felt sensation? Is there a word, an image, or an emotion that's popping up? And if there's nothing, that's okay. Take a deep breath in if you need to and exhale. And as you exhale, release all the tension that's letting go. And notice. And as you're here, simply notice a pop, a word, a message, an image, a pain, an ailment that you have. Simply noticing. Take it in. Bring it all in through every cell of your body. Let your body hear it all, sense it all, feel it all. And as you do, simply notice what's shifting, moving, releasing. Take a deep breath in. Exhale. And as you come back, stay in that space. Stay in that cellular space, whatever's vibrating, if there's anything. And if there's nothing, that's okay. And just see how long you can maintain that as we finish our call right here. And if you feel the nudge to go and write about it, draw about it, speak it to someone, I invite you to do so. Mm-hmm. Take a breath in and open your eyes if they're closed, and just come back to the environment and the space in the room around you.
Beautiful. Thank you for sharing. I thought that was so interesting. So listeners, I don't know what your experience was, and I don't want to take you out of it too much as you're processing, but the guidance you gave us and how you had us listen and receive, and kind of the different areas of our body you had us focus on, I thought was just interesting. It's not what I would have thought of. So I approached it. It made me curious, and to, was that a pop, or what did I hear? What am I feeling? So thank you for leading us through that. And listeners, I hope you appreciated that taste, that experience of listening, of pausing, of processing, of connecting. We did so much in a short amount of time, and we're getting ready to go to our next commercial break. And as we do that, it's perfectly timed. I want to encourage you to be able to listen. Some of what was spoken onto your heart or spirit. What did you hear? What did you feel? Take a moment, look back at your intention that we had at the beginning of the show. See how all of this may tie in, or maybe you want to take another moment of breathing or processing as you observe and feel in. And we'll look forward to talking to you in just 2 minutes.
Follow us on Twitter at VoiceAmericaTRN. Get the lowdown on guests, new shows, and your favorites. That's VoiceAmericaTRN. Announcing a powerful new TV channel featuring programs designed to enhance and transform your life. Make powerful connections, one program at a time. And by doing so, we can bring transformation to the world. Tune in each week to Empowered Connections TV as we add new programs to help you make empowered connections of your own. Visit EmpoweredConnectionsTV.com. That's EmpoweredConnectionsTV.com. And make the most of an incredible life transformation.
There's a new force to be reckoned with in talk radio. It's not just talk radio. Hosted by LaTanya Jr. and co-hosts Tina Wynn and Tony Brown. Not Just Talk Radio is like a superhero, inspiring, problem-solving, and informing. Packed with action-provoking conversations from news, movements, and social and politics issues. This program is about a wide range of voices and fresh points of view from experts, celebrities, and you, the listener. Not Just Talk Radio is broadcast live Wednesdays at 11 a.m. Eastern Time, 8 a.m. Pacific on the Voice America Influencers Channel.
Rebecca Hall-Greider's Speaker Talent Search is looking for speakers wanting to get on more stages. With just one audition, you could open the doors to hundreds of speaking opportunities, reach more people, and expand your impact. Finalists get to audition live in front of leaders looking to fill all kinds of speaking opportunities. Apply now at SpeakerTalentSearch.com. That's SpeakerTalentSearch.com. We look forward to hearing your message.
Become a member of VoiceAmerica.com. It's easy, and best of all, it's free. Start out by going to our homepage or any of our channels and click Register at the top. Once you've created an account and signed in, you can create your own custom library, opt into our newsletter, search by show, host, guest, or topic of interest, or browse millions of hours of content across all of our Voice America radio channels. Membership gets you more. Visit VoiceAmerica.com today to get started and tailor the listening experience to your taste.
We don't follow, we lead. Join us, the Voice America Influencers Channel.
You're listening to Empowering Women, Transforming Lives with your host, Rebecca Hall-Greider. If you have a question or comment for Rebecca or her guest, we'd love to hear from you. Please call into the program at 1-866-472-5795. That's 1-866-472-5795. You may also send an email to Rebecca at yourpurposedrivenpractice.com. Now back to Empowering Women, Transforming Lives.
Welcome back, everyone. I hope you enjoyed those 2 minutes of listening, hearing, discovering, learning more about yourself, how powerful that is, so that we can choose what we're bringing forward. When we are more aligned, we are more in our power, we are more able to shine. And then when we're able to connect with people, understand them more fully, we're able to spread that shining energy powerfully out in the world and help minimize disconnects that we can have or miscommunication. So I hope you have enjoyed our time together. I wanted to give each of you an opportunity to connect in with our amazing experts. So get your writing utensils ready so that you're able to write down their information if you're wanting to connect on a deeper level. And guests, we are running pretty close on time, so I'm going to ask you to keep your comments about 60 seconds or under so that everybody gets a chance to share and connect in. So with that, let's see, Janine, I'd love for you to start. How can people connect further with you?
Well, I do have a website, Fully Align, spelled as fully and align, .wixsite.com. And so it's under construction, but there's stuff there. And you can also find me on Facebook at Janine Riane, which is JeanNNine. Riant is my last name. And through either the website at fullyalign.wixsite.com or my Facebook, I am hosting a weekly free 20-minute meditation where people can come in and connect. And so you just need to contact me, as I don't like to give the information out just because you never know who's going to hop on the call. But yeah, so just connect with me and I'll send that for you. And thank you.
Thank you. I appreciate it. So everyone, I encourage you to lean in and connect with Janine, and you'll also find her information as well as Susan's information in the show information, their bios. But I'd also like to give Susan an opportunity to share how people can connect in with you.
In webinars and events every week at humanbehaviorhackerschool.com. Again, it's humanbehaviorhackerschool.com. And I'm going to leave with a little piece of advice. Everybody's doing Zoom meetings now, and people tend to forget names so easy. So when you're going to need to do a Zoom meeting or a video call and you're really exhausted, first, use the stickers to put the name of the person, the name of the people that you're going to be meeting, the name of the company, another sticker with a 3 call of action so you don't get distracted. Another thing, 5 minutes before you watch, you need to go to a video, watch a funny cat video online. That's going to elevate your oxytocin and is going to get you ready for a good video call that is our new reality.
I love it. Thank you for that powerful tip. And I know you were sharing behind the scenes. One of the things can offend to people so quickly is not remembering their name. So, what a powerful tip to help us be prepared to show up and call people by their name. I love that. And then, great tip. Let's lift our energy before the call, cat video or otherwise. I'm a cat lover too.
Anything that make you happy.
Exactly. I love it. So wonderful tips. Thank you so much for joining us. Listeners, it's been an honor. And as you get ready to go back out into the world, I want to encourage you to do that with purpose. Really bring the gift of you forward. It matters. Choose how you show up and shine your gift, your gifts, your light out in the world. So wherever you go, whatever you do, may you always choose to bloom and shine. Have an amazing week, everyone. Talk to you next time.
Thank you for joining us this week for Empowering Women, Transforming Lives. Please tune in again for another edition with your host, Rebecca Hall-Gruyter, next Thursday at 2 p.m. Eastern Time, 11 a.m. Pacific, on the Voice America Influencers channel. And join us for a replay of the show every Wednesday at 5 p.m. Eastern Time, 2 p.m. Pacific, on the Voice America Empowerment channel. Have a beautiful week, and may you always bloom where you're planted and shine.